Now I want to introduce you to 8 of the thoroughbreds. And here they are. You look at the thoroughbreds and you find out what were they doing. What were they doing on Saturday morning? Well, let me tell you what they were doing.
8 members of the team made a bit of a stupid choice just hours before the game. What you're seeing is security footage from Dick's Sporting Goods where they allegedly, of course, stole more than $2,000 worth of stuff.
If you don't steal, we're your new best friends. If you steal, we're your worst enemy.
Welcome back to the J. Rovato Show, and do we have a show for you today? Do we? Of course we do, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Polk County. They're in the headlines again, and this time they're in the headlines for 8 juveniles being arrested right outside of Dick's Sporting Goods for doing what? Trying to steal $2,000 worth of items, concealing them, conspiring with each other. Instead of going to the football game, they ended up in a Dick's Sporting Goods trying to leave out with $2,000 worth of stolen, concealed items. The deputy on the scene said that the manager saw them trying to walk out of the building, concealing items inside of their clothing. And then he called the police. Polk County pulled up and all 8 teams were detained. Here's what he said. All right, let's watch these kids practically throw their football career away. Roll it.
First and foremost, I want to compliment the Cocoa Tigers. They won the championship after finishing the season 15-0. It was the Atlantic Coast Youth Athletics Association. And they beat the Thoroughbreds 26-6. I mean, they didn't just beat them, they ran over them. And the Thoroughbreds were from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, Cocoa Tigers, you did it the right way. That's teamwork with great young men doing the right thing. Now I want to introduce you to 8 of the Thoroughbreds. And here they are. You look at the Thoroughbreds.
Why did they have to be African-American men? If you're not trying to be stereotyped as this type of guy, doing these type of things, Black African-American guy going inside of a place that's not yours, stealing things that's not yours, leaving out, it's more than $1,000. That's a felony. So now you have proven the statistics and the stereotype correct of young Black African-American men in groups. That's why you guys are being watched all the time when you're wondering why you're being watched. When we're in groups, why are they looking at us? Because of this example here. You guys going inside of a place that's not yours. You're supposed to be playing football and winning a championship, but you can't. You know why? Because you're irresponsible and you're proving statistics and stereotypes correct.
Now, what were they doing? What were they doing on Saturday morning? Well, let me tell you what they were doing. They Ubered from where they were staying. They had come from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, down to the Dick's Sporting Goods in Posner Park. Not only did they Uber down.
So they were smart enough to take a Uber, but dumb enough to steal. This is outrageous.
And they began to systematically steal product. And that's exactly what they did. They stole, and they stole, and they stole, and they stole,
Wow.
and they stole.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you like that? This is everything that they stole. And guess what? As we've said before, you can't go any place, anytime.
Okay, so let me see if we can read it correctly. We have $60, I think. We have 74 so far. We have 45. We have 31. So basically, all in all, we know that they stole $2,000 worth of merchandise, right? And here are the receipts.
Time that you're not on a camera. So Dick's Sporting Goods knows that they're stealing because they're watching this systematic, organized theft ring called a football team. Now, not only did they steal 47 items, but ostensibly they may have cost their team the championship and the football game, because I don't know if these all were starters or not.
You have 8 guys supposed to be playing in the championship football game. 8 guys. So you have 8 guys missing from your team. Even if you did go play the football game, even if you did go to the championship game and play the game, you were missing 8 guys. How are you going to play?
But I can tell you that we were finishers. We arrested them. We took them to the Juvenile Assessment Center. and we put them in lockup. But I want to introduce you to their coach. His name's Raynon Bynes, B-Y-N-E-S. So when we notify the coach who is responsible for them, you would think he would be interested in holding them accountable and responsible. Instead, he goes to the deputies and begs them not to take these young men into custody. Oh, don't arrest them. Drop the charges. Let them go. And then when we said no, then they go to Dick's Sporting Goods to the manager and said, oh, don't charge them. Don't charge them. They were not taking.
Okay. So for the coach, as I remember, a football game is supposed to build integrity. That's what football does to you. It's supposed to build relationship, rules, dedication, integrity. It's supposed to raise a boy up to a man. And this guy has to show them how to be accountable and responsible for their actions, or it's going to be worse down the line. What kind of coach is this? Roll it.
Bubble gum, one piece to chew. They stole over $2,000 worth of products, over 47 different products they stole. And then when it was evident that they were going to be arrested, then the coach says, don't you guys have anything better to do? What are all these deputies doing here? Don't you?
So he's going to chastise the disciplinarians. He's going to show no responsibility, which in turn is showing his team that he has no accountability. He doesn't want to show any. They don't have to be accountable. They don't have to show any. They're going to look up to coach. Roll it.
You have anything better to do than arrest these kids?
Wow.
Listen, I don't know how you do things in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but in Polk County, Florida, we'd lock you up for stealing, for being a thief. So this is part of a football team. This is also the Thoroughbred Thieves, and it's their choice. It's their choice to go to jail because they Ubered down and were actively ripping off Dick's Sporting Goods. 47 items, I believe they were caught with.
That's out of control.
So at the end of the day, the message is clear, not just in this Christmas season, but anytime. All of these stores have cameras. And we have relationships with all of these stores. If you come here to Polk County and steal, there's no notices to appear. There's no warnings. You're in handcuffs and taken to the county jail or taken to juvenile lockup. Period.
He said, there's no pass go, no stop. Don't go to jail. This is not Monopoly. This is real life. Pay attention.
You don't want to go to jail? You don't want to go to juvenile lockup? Don't steal. We didn't choose to arrest you. You chose to be arrested.
It's simple.
And that's the way it is. And for the coach, you're way off base here, buddy. Way off base.
It's simple.
You're the ultimate loser. If you'd been coaching these kids upright, if you knew where they were, if you didn't allow them to Uber away,
amen,
they would have played in a ball game Saturday night.
Amen.
So you have a compare and contrast here. Let me tell you, this is the heroes. This is the coach and the team that did it right. And I'm so proud of them. And I'm proud of their 15-0 season. That's a great group of young men there. And this was their opponent Saturday night, absent these 8 guys. Because, you know, it's hard to be on the football field when you're locked up. Is there any questions?
Sheriff, is this type of organized crime, is this something you see a lot this time of year?
Do you know we see theft go up around the Christmas times for obvious reasons? There's a lot of people that need product for gifts in small order. I am hugely frustrated with this. The coaching, the supervision wasn't there, or these kids wouldn't have been running wild. These kids knew better. Maybe you steal stuff in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and get away with it. Hey, here's a note to people in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you hold kids accountable and responsible, and they know if they go in a store and steal, they're going to be held accountable, they don't do it. You didn't see.
Just by the reaction or the actions of the coach, I'm thinking that the coach was in cahoots. Because the way that he was reacting and standing up for the kids, it's like he told them to do it. I don't know. I mean, also, you got to think about the coach being the leader. So maybe he needs to be investigated. Roll it.
The 8 kids from Polk County in a store this weekend stealing, did ya? And there's 850,000 people in this county. Well, and then you have a coach comes down there and tries to beg them out of it instead of holding them accountable. It's frustrating. But our crime in Polk County is a 53-year low. Ask and see if crime in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is at a 53-year low.
They were taken to the juvenile center. What's next? Have they
Juvenile Assessment Center.
have they had their first appearances?
What happens is they will be referred for criminal charges to the state attorney's office and the juvenile system. And at that point in time, they'll have to come back. So they're all going to have another trip to Polk County because they're going to be held accountable here for their criminal conduct. It's a felony. They were charged with felony retail theft and also conspiracy to commit felony retail theft. And it's ironic that they would try that in Polk County to start with. The next thing that is interesting is we have one of the few organized retail crime teams in the state of Florida in Polk County. So there's your sign.
Were any of them apologetic or?
No, that none of them confessed, none of them talked, and they were ultimately charged and will be charged as we talk about here. But here's what's interesting about it. They let the team down. What about the rest of the kids on the team that came from Philadelphia to compete?
They're going to come back home without a win. But not only without a win, they're going to come back home with a charge and disgrace. What kind of come on, guys. You're not coming back to Polk County next time for a football game. This time is going to be to face the charges.
For a national championship. These guys let the rest of the team down. It's a shame for the rest of the thoroughbreds, but it goes to show you can do the right thing and win championships. They did the right thing. You can do the wrong thing and end up in jail and let your football team down. So they'll never know whether or not they could have bested this really great team from Cocoa. But I tell you this, if you steal in Polk County, you go to jail. And I don't want to hear you whine and you're complaining and you're belly aching and all of
Yeah, you can kiss the scholarships goodbye.
that nonsense. If you don't steal, we're your new best friends. If you steal, we're your worst enemy. Merry Christmas. First of all,
Wow. Okay. I mean, it came out of the horse's mouth. Merry Christmas. Okay, he doesn't play. It is what it is. You don't have to worry about him faking anything. This is real life, ladies and gentlemen, kids and coaches. This is real life. You have to think about the consequences and repercussions that will happen if you do something of that manner. And those actions, like every action, has an opposite or equal reaction. We have to pay attention, okay? We have 8 teenagers. They walked into the store. They were arrested. They were supposed to be playing football. A coach that didn't lead. This isn't just a crime story. This is bad discipline. No championships. Possibly no scholarships. And no NFL career for you guys. If you want breakdowns to go deeper than the headlines, then please hit the subscribe button. Please give me a like. And until next time, love your neighbors.
This is Byte reminding you, champions stay disciplined. Bad choices don't. Stick with Jay for the truth that cuts through the noise.